Welcome back to the channel and thank you for watching. Again, another very short video update on that trial, because I'm sure many of you are interested and probably not surprised that Johnny Depp's team have now filed a notice of appeal. So is this just a response to Amber Heard's notice of appeal, or is it something they were planning all along? Possibly a bit of both, but either way, it is certainly in quick succession to Amber Heard's notice of appeal, and it is an indication that they are going to follow through with what they'd previously said. Now, there are arguments on both sides, similar arguments as to whether or not either party had proven actual malice, which is something we'll go into in a bit more detail in another video, and I've done previously. But I think that Amber Heard's arguments as to whether Johnny Depp's team would manage to prove actual malice are on different grounds to that of Johnny Depp's team. I.e., I think there are stronger grounds for Johnny Depp's team to show that in Amber Heard's counterclaim, which was partially successful, I think they have stronger grounds to show that they did not prove actual malice that way round. So, if anything, I think Johnny Depp's appeal is more likely to be successful than Amber Heard. But as I said in yesterday's video, there's going to be some time yet before anybody sees any substantial documents from either party, because there's this 3-month period, because there's this 90-day or around 3 months period before those documents are due to be filed. And even then, after that, another deadline for further documents and so on. So as I said, we're going to be getting closer towards the end of the year before we actually see any real action on this appeal. But nonetheless, this notice of appeal has now been filed at 9:37 a.m. yesterday morning. Plaintiff and counterclaim defendant John C. Depp II by counsel hereby appeals to the Court of Appeals of Virginia from all adverse rulings and from the final judgment order of this circuit court entered on June 24th, 2022. Pursuant to Rule 5A8, transcripts of the incidents of this case have been previously filed and additional transcripts may be filed. So essentially this again is just a notice of appeal. Nothing much else to report to you on that, just the fact that, quite a substantial fact actually, that Johnny Depp's team have taken this step to file this notice of appeal. Maybe it's a bit of a warning shot to say, okay, if you're going to try to appeal that, we are going to try to appeal the $2 million that was awarded in her favour. So this is now essentially a standoff for the next 3 months to see who files what, whether the bond is posted by Amber Heard, which is obviously a significant amount of money. There's going to be question marks over where that money comes from, who's paying it, whether it is actually put up or not, in order to allow her to continue with this appeal. Now, oftentimes these notices of appeal are filed simply with the intention of encouraging some kind of discussion between the parties as to whether or not they go forward to enforce the judgment debt. So who knows whether these are just conversations that are going on behind the scenes. Obviously no one will know if they are held in private and they are privileged and confidential. But on the surface of it, there are these shots fired with this notice of appeal. So as I said, we're going to have to wait till closer to the end of the year before we see any substantive documents filed. Or at the very least, that's how long it might take. So perhaps we'll come back to do another live stream to talk about appeals in general. If you would find that interesting, perhaps inviting our friend Mr. Robert Shaw back onto the channel, we can have a live stream discussion on appeals, court processes in general and that kind of thing. Leave me a comment down below if you want me to do exactly that, and I can arrange that. And if Mr. Robert Shaw is kind enough to join us once again, I'm sure he would enjoy that. We can come back and do that live stream for you, answering your questions on appeals, what we might see, what documents might be brought forward, how the arguments will unfold, and ultimately what we think of the prospects of any of those arguments. So as I say, leave me those comments below if you want me to arrange that. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe. Hit the bell, because that tells YouTube that you like to see these videos. And just as a side note, some of you have told me that YouTube has unsubscribed you from my channel, and this happens time and time again, not just with me but with other creators as well. Check that you are still subscribed if you wanted to be subscribed. If you're not subscribed, then of course resubscribe. So that tells YouTube you noticed and you resubscribed. This is just one of the algorithmic things, trying to get rid of bots and potentially just testing to see whether you resubscribe. So make sure you do. In the meantime, have a great day and thank you very much for watching. In the meantime, let's play Spot the Floof, because she's walking around trying to get at the food we cooked yesterday. On a serious note, if you want to know how to cook this delicious lamb on a stick with cumin, sesame seed and a bit of spice with some vegetables to go along with it, do subscribe to Easy Chinese Cooking, linked in all my descriptions of all my videos, and check out the floof. She's linked there too. Thank you for watching.